Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my 18 and 2018 Project Pan follow-up for the quarter or whatever it is. Today is the beginning of March and I showed you guys what I had planned on using at the beginning of January. So we're currently, I guess, in our third month of Project Pan. I guess it's not quarterly then, right? I'm going to start with the things I was able to finish so far this year. And that is one item and one item only, and it is my e.l.f. mascara that I showed you guys that I wanted to use up. I'm really proud of myself for using this. It was not one of my favorite mascaras. The wand is really weird, but it is the first item I was able to use up, and there is literally nothing left in this. Yeah, nothing left in here. So this guy is one of the 18 items that I had in my Project Pan, and I have used him up. And I don't know how this works, but I'm going to keep on hanging on to this so that at the end of the year we can go back through and see what I've used up and what I haven't. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but so now I'm going to dive into some stuff that I have been using pretty religiously. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, which is the only foundation that I had in my Project Pan. I have used the heck out of this guy, and when we first started this, I don't know if you guys can see the little black line up here, but I think he is sitting probably about here right now. So I have used quite a bit of this. I foresee this being gone within the next couple months. If I can continue to use it like I have been. So other than filming, I have pretty much been wearing this almost every day just because I want to get rid of it. And I also have been making it work for me using my NYX Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC cream. So it goes on a little cleaner than it has typically gone onto my face. Also, I'm super hydrated right now. My face is, I feel like, at a really good place as far as hydration goes, so it's not currently clinging to the dry patches on my face because I don't have very many. What I can say is I still hate it. The biggest reason why is because it does get cakey around my under eyes and around my nose. It is just not the best formula for me. And with a dry skin person, typically a matte foundation is not the best for a dry skin person, but I use the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation every single day. That's my go-to. And so that's not the reason why this just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. It's not the best foundation for my skin. So I will continue to use it in conjunction with my NYX Cosmetics Your Skin But Better until it is gone, and then I cannot wait for it to be out of my collection. I feel like this is probably the product I've used the most of during this whole adventure for the last couple months, just because I'm super excited to get it out of my collection. So the next thing I have is this NYX Cosmetics Pore Filler. I have to be honest, I haven't used a whole lot of this. This was our start line. I want to say that it is probably not much lower. I think I've probably used it twice in the last 2 months. I was going to use it today. It's just not my favorite primer. It's just not. And right now, currently, if you guys saw my faves and flops video, then you know that I got recently a new primer in a BoxyCharm that I've been using pretty religiously that I love, which is why I haven't been reaching for this a lot. I do see it. It is up front and close to me every single day because it's in this caddy that sits on top of my drawer sets. So I do see it every day. It's just not one that I reach for. So if I'm being honest, I've probably used it twice since filming my first Project Pan video. The next thing I have is this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Marine Boosting Mist. Again, I think I've used this twice. It's still pretty full. I did bring it in here and set it in here because this is where I moisturize. But I still forget to use it before I put my moisturizer on. And then I put the moisturizer on and see it sitting there and I'm like, shoot, you gotta remember to use that. And I still forget. And I just continue to forget. So I need to put it somewhere more visible. I'm just not exactly sure that that's going to help because my routine, the way it is, I come in, I put on my moisturizer, then I put on my primer, and then I put on my makeup, and then I put on my sprays. I typically don't go to sprays first. So it's just a matter of resetting my routine, then I guess making it more visible in my collection because it is visible. So I need to redo my routine to get this part of my routine to get it used up because otherwise I am going to be sitting in this very same spot at the end of this year without having used it. The next thing I have is this Hard Candy Color Corrector Expert Stick in Peach. When I did the Project Pan intro, this was probably about where it is currently. I have used it a couple times, but it's not enough that it shows a bunch of usage. I still go in with the Expert palette, the orange, and then I go over the top of the orange now with another color in there to make it a little less orange. Then I go over the top of that with my concealer, and then over the top of that with this. I'm putting so much on my under eyes right now that I just need to find one product that does it for me, and this just isn't it, unfortunately. So it's just not one that gets used very often in my collection. I'm hoping to be done with it again by the end of the year. I'm sure it will be. It does sit on top in my everyday makeup caddy, so it is something I will use, but it isn't being used very fast in my collection. The next thing I have is the Ulta Beauty Maximum Lashes Defining and Lengthening Mascara. I am using this pretty often. I didn't use it today, but I have been using this pretty often. It is a wonderful mascara, and I don't know why I don't pick it up as often as I do some of my other ones. I think it's just because I am so used to the other ones and I know what they do for me that I forget that this one exists. But I mean, legitimately, this looks just like the wand on the Tarte lash paint that I use every single day. So I just need to remember to pick this one up instead of the other one. I have used it quite frequently since I started my Project Pan. This nice little green sticker on everything reminds me of things that I need to use every single day. As long as I don't put it into a drawer, it doesn't go away. The next thing I have is my Tarte Shape Tape. Again, like I said in my intro video, I use this more for like cutting the crease on my eyes or putting it into the center of my eye to create a halo eye. I don't use it very often for anything other than that. I have used it quite frequently actually, and not much has been, we're not using it very quickly. I have my start line here. I think my end line for this month is probably just underneath of that. It does appear that it is just under that line right there currently. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is this guy, the LA Colors Liquid Eyeliner. If you guys saw my faves and flops for this month, or for the month of February, you do know that I have used this quite frequently over the last month, the last couple months. I hate it. I am trying my best to get it out of my collection. It's still going strong though, so I have used it. I do use it more on the weekends than I do my everyday, just because it's difficult for me to work with, and it takes me some time, because then I have to take my oil remover to my eyelashes in order to put my mascara on, and it's just a big pain in my butt. So I don't use it as much as I could during the month, but it is going to take me a bit of time to get through, because I just hate it so much. Like, let's be honest, I just don't like this eyeliner, but I have been using it. It's still quite full, though. The next thing I have is this a Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Feisty. I think I told you guys that I wanted this gone, and when I showed it to you initially, I'll stick a picture over here, there was no pan on it whatsoever. It did look like it was almost pan, but there was no pan on it whatsoever. So today I do have some pan. I'm super excited about that. I have had this in my collection for a year. This little tiny deluxe sample size Tarte Amazonian Clay blush has been in my collection for a year, and I am just now panning it. So I'm really excited that it's panning, because that shows me that I'm using the products that I'm supposed to be using for this. So I've got pan, you guys. The next product is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish. And I think initially when I showed you guys this, there was quite a hump still at the top, maybe like on one side or the other, but no, that hump is pretty much gone. I have been using this guy as well pretty consistently. I wear blush every day. I also wear highlighter every day, but this prevents, well, this doesn't prevent, this helps me not have to put as much powder on my face, and that warms my heart, because my aging skin, the powder on my face just makes it look more agey depending on how I put it on and what it looks like. So I have been using the heck out of this guy too. I will put a picture of this in the before picture in here too. I feel like I've used quite a bit of this, so I'm pretty happy with my progress on this guy. I'm not really, I think I maybe have worn this once since I did the intro. I need to remember, I did take the hard pan off, but as you see, there's hard pan again. I do need to just put it on top in my drawer so that I recognize that this needs to be used, or maybe set it beside, you know, a blush that I also have in Project Pan. But this is what it currently looks like. Like I said, I think I've used it once. I'm just being honest. I'm not really exceptionally proud of my progress on this guy. I know that it is probably less used than it was before. The next thing I have is this Origins Checks and Balances Frothy Face Wash. If I am being honest, I also have not used this once since the intro. It sits right next to my other face wash in my cabinet. I just reach for the other face wash in my cabinet because it is my favorite. I am going to make it a point to put this next to a different item in my cabinet, like maybe my moisturizer or whatnot, so it reminds me to use this to wash my face every single day instead of my other face wash, because this is a very small tube. I should be able to get through this year, if not like way sooner than 12 months gone by, and I would be really disappointed in myself if I had not even tried it. The next thing I have that I also haven't used very much of since going into this is this Arbonne lipstick. I have used it like twice. I just feel like it is so hard and so old that it maybe is going to take quite a bit of usage in order. That's the color of it, which I really do enjoy the color. I recently purchased myself a bunch of these dark lipsticks, and I've found myself using them and reaching for them more than anything else because it's like this new place that I'm trying to be, like darker, where get more comfortable with my lipsticks, and that is just one of those colors that doesn't fall in that dark realm of things. So I need to find it within myself to like maybe put that in my purse so it's my touch-up color or my my application color, something to have on my lips every single day. I find too that as long as I keep stuff on my lips don't get as chapped as they have in the past during this time of year. My boyfriend and my little daughter, both of them have super chapped lips right now. I mean, to the extent that they've split open, and usually mine look like that too, but not this year because I've been keeping lipstick on and I'm super proud of myself for doing so. But I need to put that one in my purse so it does get used. The next thing I have is this Color Correct Expert palette by Hard Candy that I think when we talked last I had only used the orange and the green. Currently, I am panned in orange. There is not much left I can get out of that, and almost, well, you can see a little baby pan in the purple, and the green, not quite. I have used a little bit more of it. Still not anywhere near being used on yellow, but what's happening right now is I find that this color and this lilac color mixed together are the perfect color for my under eyes. They match my skin tone so good. It's a little darker peach. It comes out a little darker peach than what is on this color corrector stick. So I wish there was like this in between this color and this color in orange, because I feel like that would be the perfect color for me. But what I am doing with this currently is using it to create the perfect color with itself, or with this, or with another color corrector that I got from Hard Candy. I will tell you that I love Hard Candy's color correctors. I think that they are very pigmented and very useful. I have used this green a few more times than I had initially when I did the Project Pan intro video, but I find that it makes my face look really gray, so I don't use it very often, and I don't know what that's about because I am very olive complected, so you would think the green would, you know, just show up more green on my face, but it doesn't. It makes me look almost like I am dead. So I don't use it very often. Maybe in conjunction with the yellow, or, you know, maybe I could use it with the other color corrector that I have that is a dark orange to create that different color of orange color. But I'm pretty proud of my progress on this color wheel, because when we first started this, this was kind of sitting in the same place that this purple is now, but none of the other colors were really touched. So almost done with this guy. The next thing I have are those 3 Colourpop shadows that I was trying to pan, which are these 3 here. I do use them quite often, but they are still very much useful. Like this one I use every single day. I don't feel like the dip in this pan is any more dipped out than it was before. This one, I feel like maybe you can tell a little less that there is a chunk taken out by my fingernail up there, but other than that, I don't feel like it's, I feel like these pans will last me forever, and they cost $5. So like, I'm not mad at that, but at the same time, why do they last so long? They're amazing. Amazing colors too. Colourpop has some amazing pigment to them. But yeah, I feel like those will probably take forever to pan. Hoping that they'll still be used, you know, at least panned by the end of the year. I think that's my new go-to with that, is that they're at least panned by the end of the year, maybe not used up, which was my initial intent. So the next thing I have is my Physicians Formula Murmur Butter Bronzer, When we started this little pan spot was quite a bit smaller than it is now. I am super excited that it looks like this because I really haven't been using him much, but every time I do use it, it does get a little less, or the pan spot gets a little bigger and a little bigger. I will repurchase this. I have repurchased one for a friend of mine in Denmark. I will be sending that her way, but I will repurchase that bronzer because it's a beautiful bronzer and it smells so good. It is my go-to bronzer, but lately I have not been using bronzer. It's, you know, the middle of winter and I'm not at all tan, but also I've been using my Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette and just kind of using that as a contour slash bronze coloring to my face. So I haven't been using that very often, so I'm really proud of the little bit of progress that I've made on that. The last thing is the Urban Decay Vice lipstick palette that I had. I feel like I'm not maybe going to get the time frame with this that I wanted, and the reason why I say that is because there are a couple of lipsticks in here that I see are, you know, showing signs of age. This one here and this one here are showing signs that they are aging and they're starting to dry out. So I need to quickly use this. But with that being said, I have used this color since we talked last about this Project Pan stuff. I have also used the green again. I've also used the hell out of this color, which I also have in actually a tube of lipstick. So I need to get rid of them both, I guess. But I am not super proud of the progress I have made on this because I really haven't used a whole lot of it. I do need to stick it on top of my makeup drawers instead of in the lipstick drawer where it has been sitting, because as long as it sits in there, it gets buried by the other lipsticks that I have and I forget about it. So I will be, so I will be sticking it actually on maybe the little shelf there under my mirror so that I see it every single day, because if I don't see it every day, I probably won't use it. So that is my update thus far on my Project Pan information. I will link my intro video up here somewhere so that you can also watch that and maybe catch up on what we've got going on. Let me know what you're panning and what your progress is on your pans. I am pretty excited about some of these items and what I've been able to accomplish in the 2 months that I've been doing this so far. Like I said, this was a 2018 Project Pan, so I started this in January. This is now the beginning of March, so I've only been 2 months into it, and so far I'm pretty proud of the progress I'm making. Some of these items are a lot harder to use than I initially anticipated they would be, and some of them I just need to make more visible in my collection. Tell me what items you're finding that you're failing at, or I shouldn't say failing because we're not failing. Tell me what items that you're struggling to use every single day, and maybe you and I together can come up with a plan on how we can both use the items that we're struggling with. You saw the items that I'm struggling with still currently. So I so much appreciate you guys sticking around and coming to see this video today. I know that you don't have to click on my videos and watch them, so it warms my heart that you do. I hope that you'll want to subscribe on your way out. Please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Also, if you like this video, you like Project Penning, and you want to see more of it, I would love to know what your opinion is of that. I do base my content on the things that you guys like to watch, so please let me know that you love it, and I will talk to you in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.